online. All right, well, South Dakota Senator Mike Rounds was at the Capitol tonight for President Trump's address, and it just ended minutes ago, and he joins us now live to talk about it. Good evening, Senator. Thanks for being with us.
Hey, good evening, and I'm still here at the Capitol. It was quite a show tonight, a lot of activity. The president was clearly on fire with his messaging, and there was a little bit of a shirts and skins game involved in it between Republicans and Democrats throughout the entire process. But for anybody that watched it, I think it was quite entertaining and very informative.
Senator, I wanted to start with something that's on a lot of people's mind, which is the economy. Now, in his address, President Trump mentioned bills he would like to see Congress pass when it comes to tax cuts and balancing the budget. What have you seen in the Senate, and do you think it's possible to do all the things he's promising?
We're working on it right now. This is part of what we call the reconciliation process, where it's only expected to have Republican support. But there are a couple of things. Number one, we have a series of tax cuts that would expire if we don't pass a new bill. We want to make those tax cuts permanent so that Americans don't have any tax increase because those tax cuts would go away. These are from his previous administration. Along with that, he would like to see some modifications made to reduce the tax or eliminate the tax on tips. And the same thing with Social Security, both very admirable and something that's very popular. We have to make sure that we can, under reconciliation, we have to be able to pay for those tax reductions someplace. Now, the president wants to do part of that by reducing the waste, fraud, and abuse within the executive form of government. We recognize that, but it's a matter of making it all fit together. So right now, and we've never had a president before that's actually wanted to reduce the size of the executive branch of government. So this has been great news, and it's something that he talked a lot about tonight. But once again, this is part of the reconciliation process. It's what we're working with the House on, but we know that it's a case of where Republicans will have to do it without any Democrat support.
Okay, Senator, quickly, you know, a lot has been talked about tariffs. The president says it's a beautiful word. Can the president make tariffs work for the U.S.? And if so, how long is it going to take?
I think there's two different types of tariffs that we're talking about. One are the types that he's imposing on Canada and Mexico because he wants them to do something. And what he wants them to do is to stop the flow of fentanyl into the country. We've lost thousands of individuals across this country because of the fentanyl stuff flowing across the borders. He also wants them to help with regard to further reducing the number of illegal immigrants coming across the borders. And so he's suggesting, and he's saying we're going to have these tariffs in place. Once they start to make agreements for more reductions in fentanyl coming across and so forth, I think those tariffs will go away. But in the meantime, he wants to have fair trade with all of the other countries. And he's saying if they're putting significant tariffs on our vehicles or on our products, he wants reciprocal tariffs, and he wants it to be a fair playing field. But he did something else tonight, which I think was really important. He said, number one, he says, I love my farmers. And he was recognizing that because we have tariffs and a lot of our ag products have got to be moved overseas, he's saying, give me an opportunity. I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to forget about you. I know we've got to fix the issue with regard to you guys being able to sell overseas. See, for our farmers right now, they've really been hit because we've gone over 4 years now without a trade agreement. And because of that, our commodity prices are low. Corn prices are down, soybean prices are down, Milo's down, sunflowers have been down. And so here we are sitting here trying to do something and trying to find those markets. And if you put tariffs on it, that hurts us. It hurts our producers.
All right.
He recognized that tonight. And that's what we wanted to hear him say was, I get it. If I'm doing tariffs, I've got producers out there, farmers that I've got to recognize as well.
All right, Senator, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it. Have a good night.